We're going to do tonight is the USS AAC Dedication to Sport Award. It goes to the athlete who's shown dedication and growth and betterment of the sport as a whole. To present this award is three-time Olympian and Olympic bronze medalist, AAC member Emery Lehman.
All right, I have something up here somewhere. So like Rusty said, I'm up here to give out the AAC Dedication to Sport Award. And while we received a lot of nominations this year, Dan's resume really stood out. Having known Dan since he started skating, I've seen his growth and love for the sport flourish over the years. He's a Masters World Champion speed skater and won the M55 World Sprint title in the last two seasons, which is an incredible feat on its own, but the fact that you started skating 8 years ago makes it even more impressive. Since Dan started skating, I've seen him ask tons of questions and be a true student of the sport. And Dan has come a long way these past 8 seasons. His improvements are an incredible example of the combined powers and relentless work ethic, consistency, passion for the process, and genuine curiosity for our sport. Dan does a fantastic job investing back in the speed skating community, hosting and producing his podcast, the Speed Skating Video Podcast, which you guys should all take a look on YouTube if you haven't had the chance yet. In these interviews, he asks incredibly stimulating questions that you really wouldn't hear from a typical interviewer. You can also find Dan volunteering at nearly every Try Speed Skating event, Skate with Olympians, and Speed Rally that Dash hosts. It's not very often you can teach a 50-year-old, it's not very often a 50-year-old can be taught new tricks. Dan has not only been a humble student of the sport these past 8 years, but he has genuinely fallen in love with it. Please join me in congratulating Dan Carney on receiving the AAC Dedication to Sport Award. You want to say something?
Well, I want to thank. I definitely want to thank the AAC for considering me for this award. It was, people throw around those words. Everybody's always humbled by everything, but this really was, really unexpected. I'm gonna start crying. This sport saved my life. I was not taking good care of myself, and I left hockey because I started to hate it, and I just found this sport. I found a huge community of people internationally, and after a couple time trials, I found out I was really good at it, so that really helped. But yeah, it's been a fantastic journey. The podcast thing was really just me getting really upset watching people interview somebody like, oh, there's Eric Heiden. I'm going to ask him, the stupid question that comes up off the top of their head. And I kept saying I can do this better. And I would reach out to athletes on Instagram and they would reply to me. And then pretty soon I was having conversation. I'm like, you know what? I can do this. So I just decided to do it. And I didn't really think it would turn into much, but it's been an incredible journey. This is so cool. Never been to a Hall of Fame anything ever. And I'm speaking at one now. So. And I'm not going to say any more. This is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Dan, congratulations. It's people like you that make the sport fun for all of us, and love what you're doing out there. So just real quick on the AAC, if you guys aren't aware, the AAC is the Athlete Advisory Council. It's athletes participating to be able to make the better for other athletes. So everybody that joins that and is part of that is really pushing for the athlete's point of view. They bring up things to the board. They talk to Ted and the team about what other athletes are looking to do. And it's a cool thing that we brought in, and the athletes have really embraced it. So Emery, thanks for doing that.